Well, I've completed the trip on Route 66 and the return. Good trip. I'll probably do a more specific review just on Route 66 in general, but I want to do a series of reviews. And this first one is on the 2021 Can-Am RT Limited that I have. And the differences between that. If you've watched any of my past videos, you know that I owned a Honda VTX 1300S that I did a lot of customization, kind of made that really prepared for long trips, custom seats, all those kind of things, and did Route 66 in 2015. And so I wanted to do it again now with this three-wheel version, the Can-Am Spyder RT Limited. And so how did it perform? What were my thoughts? Again, if you've looked at my past videos, I have been concerned, I dislike, I don't know how you want to put it, the what was originally BRP Connect and then switched to BRP Go. Just a poorly implemented program. But what the good news is about BRP is they recognized the problem. They recognized that it was insufficient, that it had numerous connection issues, things like that. Screen was too small. And so they're into continuous improvement. And so in 2024 they switched to CarPlay with a larger screen, and someday I'll update myself to the newer versions of the BRP Spyders and get that benefit. So I have to give kudos to BRP because they heard what people were saying and they took action. So the 2024 and above models have taken care of that issue, and now they've got CarPlay, so that's excellent. So what are my thoughts? It performed flawlessly. I was in areas where the speed limits were 80, and if you weren't going 85, 89, you were not keeping up with traffic when you were on some of the interstates. And the 2021 RT Limited had no problem maintaining speeds. Same thing about if I got stuck in rain. Didn't get it a lot. Matter of fact, I had great weather most of the trip, but I did get rain once that was somewhat substantial. And again, that three-wheel base, you've got the confidence. You're not worried when you're going at those speeds. And again, I'm not recommending you go fast speeds in rain, but in some cases you just have to maintain in order to stay with the traffic and not create problems. And so it was flawless in those areas as well. Likewise, because of the large footrests, foot pads, whatever you want to call them, on the RT Limited, you have lots of ways to stay comfortable. I'm going to be talking later about the different seats and the different cushions and the different riding shorts that I tested. I'll be talking about those, but the bottom line is having more places to move your feet around, stretch out, was just a huge benefit with the RT Limited. I added footrest. Again, there's a separate video that I did on installing those. I'll put a link in the description on that. And that just, again, I could change my sitting position. I could stretch out my legs. I'm 6'2", and so I found that a real benefit to have those extra riding pegs in and things like that. I brought with me a quart of oil and a quart of antifreeze because I was going through a lot of different weather conditions and lots of distance, and I wanted to see if I was going to have to, top off some of the fluid levels. Every time I tested, everything was fine. No issues with fluids and things like that. I guess my overall statement is it was a great bike to ride. It really handled well. Lots of different situations, rough roads, smooth roads, interstates, Route 66, lots of, my favorite section, and I did post a video on this, is Route 66 going into Oatman, Arizona. It's kind of a lot of hairpin turns and things like that. It can be dangerous because there's lots of no guardrails and things like that, and so if you misjudge, you're going down a cliff or down a very steep hill. I actually had a truck come around Fortunately, I was only going about 25 miles an hour, and the truck was only going about 25 miles an hour, but he was very wide and was actually, when I came around the corner, he was right in my lane. And so you have to be careful on that. But just, it was perfect in all that it did. I just didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. I really enjoyed it. I also found that I get a lot of people that will stop and ask me about it, because seeing those two wheels in the front, that's not seen everywhere. So lots of questions. People love the color that mine, I think it's called petrol metallic, I believe. And I think that they discontinued that color. So in all honesty, when I upgrade to a 26 or a 27, I'm going to want to get this color. So I hope they bring it back, or if maybe I'm wrong and it has not been gone. But I have not seen it on any of their website pictures of the newest models. So we'll have to see what that's like. But if you're thinking about it, it's a great bike. It's fun to ride, and it goes the distance. So that's my somewhat brief review of the BRP Spyder RT Limited. Have a great day.